Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to another episode of the Basic Dude podcast. Uh, Hopefully the audio is okay. I am currently in a very empty home with very minimal things, so unfortunately, we get a lot of echoing in these uh, type of environments. But anyway, thanks for being here. We're going to do another bonus episode because it is suicide prevention month, and I find this topic, I find this whole um, awareness month to be very important. So, with that said, I want to make sure that I kind of give a little more than I used to. Please excuse the lack of content over the last week. Um, Yeah, I'll be honest. It's been a real tough week, and I suppose I just want to take a minute because I feel that this what happened last week impacted me greatly. Sadly, because I unfortunately came across a certain video that for me, I don't know, for some strange reason, actually two videos, is it was very difficult to watch. Now, trust me, I've come across the not some of the worst, but definitely some things on the internet over the years, since I am an internet kid, and we tend to wander, I guess. And yeah, I've seen some pretty nasty, dark fucking shit on the internet. But for some reason, the videos that I witnessed last week had this weird impact on me, like very, very strange. Without getting in detail, because it's been beaten to death, and I try to stay neutral. You know what? I don't have to stay neutral because this is my podcast, and as you all know, I am a God-fearing conservative man. There are certain beliefs that I have, certain opinions that I have. Last week, someone who had opinions as well was taken from the world, his wife, his children, in front of thousands of people, very public display. And I'm going to be honest, don't take this the wrong way. I don't think what really bothered me was who it was. I think really it was what it was. Just no, we watch as a Second Amendment enthusiast, and a responsible personal protective equipment owner and carrier. I do my research on kind of situations that have happened in the world, and many times in these type of situations, there's some type of confrontation. There's something leading up to the unfortunate end result of what happens, of someone having to protect themselves, or some evil person using a tool to determine what the world should look like, I guess we'll say. Not only that, not only with what was a very public display and what everybody is talking about, we had a young lady on a train, actually in a city that I flew through last week. Just her life ended for no good reason. There was there was no there was no sense in it. She wasn't doing anything. She was minding her own business, and someone took it upon themselves to decide that at that very moment that he was going to um, inflict damage on her that would end her life in absolute seconds. And I think the one thing that really bothered me with that, not only is that the girl just sat there in disbelief with her face covered in panic, that no one sprung into action to help. Now, again, this incident happened in a place that I'm very well aware that is a very pro Second Amendment state. I know because I lived there for a very short time, not in that city, but in that state. And it was not uncommon to see personal protective equipment just all over the place. No one stepped in to help. No one rendered aid. No one stopped the individual. I mean, what if he had not stopped with her? What if he continued on? I know that sometimes, we've always been taught since we were children to mind our own business. But I think it takes, we had a real display last week and still going on. We have a real display of fucking what humanity is. And if this is what humanity is, this is pretty fucking scary. Yeah, I it just goes to show that that incident that happened on a train, that you always need to use situational awareness and protect yourself by any means. Pay attention to what's around you. Sadly, that incident right there kind of showed why people have to be on edge all the time. Why we have to wander around paranoid. Why when I take my family to the grocery store, I'm not paying attention to what's going in the cart. I'm paying attention to the people around me and who's standing too close to my kids, or the guy who just passed with, what kind of shirt he was wearing. Always looking at people's waistbands. Always looking at their body language and their face. Trying to read people the best I can, which, if you ask my wife, I'm not very good at. Living this way is not ideal, but I think we've seen most recently in the past few years kind of what humanity actually is, and where human beings have now come to, almost to a, not a complete, but a slight dystopian level. Just no moral compass, no type of structure, I guess, or not structure. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but basically, just toeing the line, following the rules, knowing right from wrong, and treating everybody as though they matter. I'm a firm believer that we need to protect ourselves, but we also need to help each other. We've talked about this recently. So yeah, the recent events, I hope, well, unfortunately there was many innocent bystanders, many innocent people who were affected. in a very, and then I'm not even going back to the college campus. There was also a school shooting that day or the day before, which kind of has been ignored as well. We live in a society of mentally ill people that do not have the resources or help that they need to. Their mental illness is encouraged, supported, almost praised, and instead of treated, because regardless of your opinion, you can't tell me that the mental clarity, I guess, or the mental strength that these individuals have it's not there. It's just not there. I also not just the this young man, not just his wife and his kids, but you're talking about thousands of people watched a man be assassinated in front of them on a college campus. That's a pretty fucking powerful image. You had everyone focused on him at that fucking moment, listening to him talk, and then to watch the very violent way that he passed is incredibly disturbing to me. So, with that said, I won't spend too much more time on this, but it's something that I've been thinking about all week, and it's really kind of had me sort of fucked up. So with that said, my heart goes out to their families, and unfortunately, their loved ones were taken without choice, without a even a chance to defend themselves or fight back. So yeah, it's a terrible thing. It's an absolute fucking tragedy between all three events that happened last week. And then add 9/11 on top of that, which maybe some of you are old enough to remember, or not. I am. I was a sophomore in high school watching it on picture day in English class. That's how tragic that event was as well. So yeah. Definitely thinking of all the people affected by this, and hope that at the end, we can they can all have some type of closure, move on with their life. Anyway, what are we getting into here? We're I've been very busy. I'm into the house now. Did some traveling over the weekend. Went home for my visit. So yeah, haven't had a lot of sleep. Stuff is a mess. Not really, not as settled as I want to be. I finally had this evening to actually cook in my kitchen and make myself a decent meal instead of last night's, which James, I'm sure, is going to be rather not enthused with my choice of dinner last night. But it was comprised of some honey mustard pretzel thins, some beef jerky, and some pizza rolls. Sorry, James, but I'm trying. Sometimes convenience has to come into play. And with that said, I implore you to go over and see our official sponsor of the Basic Dude podcast, Mr. James Jennings of Kilo Foxtrot Fitness. You can find him in Bellbrook, Ohio area at Gem City Holistic Wellness. I believe that's in the Dayton area. Or you can get a hold of him online through the social medias. If you need some help getting your ass into shape, We have the holidays coming up here. What better time to, the kids are back in school, summer's over, time to kind of focus on routine and schedule and structure. And with the holidays coming up, we all know that we could definitely use a little bit of fucking self-control when it comes to the sweets. So yeah, get a hold of James at Kilo Foxtrot Fitness if you are looking to revamp yourself in a healthier, more positive direction. Again, find him on the social medias: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the places, Yelp, all the places, and of course. Listen to his podcast. I listen to it every week. Now on Tuesday mornings at 5:30, not Monday morning at 5:30. Bold move by him, I think. I'm going to see how it plays out, though. He's done the algorithm and the research, so he knows better than me, and I'm interested to hear his results. But yes, please take a listen to the Keep Fighting podcast. Give him a listen. He always has some great value, great life lessons or mantras or, I don't know. Yeah, I guess lessons, life lessons. A lot about being healthy, staying positive, keeping yourself motivated and going in the right direction, and just being a good wholesome person. So, anyway, let's move on here. We'll get into our topic. I know this is going to sound kind of fucking cheesy, but we're going to keep up. Remember, we're dropping tools in that brand new toolbox we got, and I think that kind of after all of this, admittedly, I finally took a break tonight. I know it's not a popular thing amongst many. It's a time waster. It's can turn addictive. Luckily, it's never been addictive for me. But I packed up the old PlayStation 4, and when I mean the old PlayStation 4, I mean day one that it came out on the market 12 years ago or whatever it was. 2014, 11 years ago. And I dusted it off, packed it up, brought it down here to the Sunshine State, so that way I can find myself. There's only so much TV you can watch, and sad to say, we get a lot of fucking thunderstorms. So I wanted something to do, and I have the time. I'm not ignoring anybody else. I'm making sure my James, if you're listening, which I know you are, I'm making sure that my responsibilities are taken care of first before I play video games. So, I had a bit of a meltdown moment today when my PlayStation would not work properly. And sadly, after factory resetting it, I brought it back to life. So, yes, I have to start at the beginning, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm a casual user, so I'll play I think tonight I played for like an hour and a half, and eventually got bored with it and just shut it off, and we'll save it for another day. So yeah, that was my way of kind of decompressing this week, or today. Like I said, a lot going on, very busy. I haven't even been doing my daily videos like I like to do. I will be picking them back up soon, but man, I've just been absolutely slammed. It's been a crazy journey so far. But I think all worth it in the end. Pretty stoked. Never lived in a house with granite countertops before, so not trying to brag, but I got some granite countertops for the first time in my life, and I'm not installing them in somebody else's house. They're mine. I get to use them, so I get to make some great cinnamon rolls on this thing, and pound out chicken cutlets, and I like the granite. Um, I like pretty things. You know what I mean? So anyway, we are hopping in here. We'll try to make this as quick as possible. I realize that I've fucking just ran my mouth for 20 minutes. So anyway, what are we talking about today? What's this bonus episode about? We are talking about grounding with your senses. That's what I was trying to get at with the whole video game thing. I just had a moment to kind of block everything out, focus on that, um, and just kind of decompress and forget about all the other bullshit and the mile high stack of cardboard and fucking all kinds of shit that I have for moving. And just take a minute to fucking decompress and relax, which was great. I feel much better. Um, all right, so now grounding isn't some fluffy concept. It's a skill. It's practical. It's a way to bring your. It's a way to. It's a way to bring yourself back into your body, into this moment, when your mind is running away or when life feels like too much, like what was just fucking happening to me there. I totally like fucking wandered off into the fucking mist. Um, anyhow, and here's the truth: as men, we're often told to push through, to disconnect from what we feel, to armor up. But when we live up in our heads too much, we lose connection with the body. We lose the ability to regulate ourselves, and grounding is how we get back. So for the remainder of the episode, we're going to slow down, breathe, and use our five senses: sight, touch, sound, smell, and taste to anchor ourselves right here. You don't need any equipment, just you, your body, and a little bit of time. If you're walking, driving, or working out while listening, that's fine. You can do these practices anywhere, and if you're at home, you can follow along with more intentionally. Either way, this is about practice, not perfection. So let's get started. Before we jump into the senses, let's talk about why grounding even matters. When you're stressed, your nervous system is in overdrive. Your body goes into fight, flight, or freeze mode. Maybe your chest tightens, maybe your thoughts race, maybe you feel disconnected or numb. My thoughts have been racing quite a bit lately. That's your body's survival system. It's doing its job. But if you get stuck there, it drains your energy, clouds your judgment, and makes it hard to show up as the man you want to be. Grounding is like a reset button. Instead of spiraling in thoughts, it brings you into your body. Instead of drifting into the future or the past, it roots you in present. Think of it like this. Your senses are always here. They're like anchors. When you're lost at sea in your head, your senses are what tie you back to shore. And today we're going to walk through each one. I'll guide you through short exercises, and you'll notice even small shifts make a big difference. Let's start with sight. If you're able, look around now. Don't just glance, actually see what's around you. Notice 5 things in your space that you can see. Maybe it's the texture of the wall. Maybe it's the way the light hits your desk. Maybe it's a color you didn't notice before. Take a slow breath in and let it out. Now zoom in. Pick one thing to focus on. Maybe it's your coffee mug, a tree outside, the steering wheel in your hands. Look at the details, the edges, the shades of color, the small imperfections. Let your eyes rest there. This is grounding with sight. Instead of scanning or rushing, you're letting your eyes teach your brain, I'm here right now. I would say, like usually when I'm sitting at home in my chair, we have a big picture window and then a glass door, and usually the security door, I guess if you want to call it that, is or the solid door is always closed or is always open during the day. And I'll find myself even just sitting there if I'm watching TV, I'll just all of a sudden just look outside and just kind of like escape for a brief moment. I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but apparently from what this says, it sounds like it could be. So Men often carry tension in their forehead and jaw, so as you look, soften your gaze. Relax your brow, unclench your jaw. Take another deep breath. Now, if your mind wanders, no problem. Just bring your eyes back to what you see. That's the work, that's the rep. Just like the gym, each time you bring yourself back, you're building strength. Next up is touch. This one's powerful because it connects you directly to your body. Take a moment, notice what's touching your skin right now. Maybe it's your clothes, maybe it's the seat beneath you, maybe it's your feet on the ground. Press your feet down a little harder. Feel the floor holding you, solid and reliable. Now rub your hands together. Feel the warmth, the texture of your skin, the friction. If you can place one hand on your chest, right over your heart, press gently. Notice the weight of your hand. Notice your heartbeat. This is touch is grounding. You're reminding yourself, I'm here, I'm alive, my body is real. Sometimes when anxiety hits, men disconnect from their bodies. Touching something physical brings you back, even something simple like gripping a steering wheel, holding a pen, or running your hand along a rough surface. Let's practice one more. If it's safe, close your eyes, reach out and touch an object near you. Don't just identify it, explore it. The texture, the temperature, the weight. Notice how your brain slows down as you do this. That's grounding. Now let's move to sound. Take a moment. What's the furthest sound you can hear right now? Maybe traffic, birds, a distant hum. Now shift. What's the closest sound you can hear? Maybe your breath, maybe the sound of your clothes moving. Listen for 3 layers: far away, medium distance, and close. When your brain is racing, sound helps you widen your awareness, pulls you out of tunnel vision. Another exercise: hum, yeah, hum, just like this. Most humans' hums are a steady tone, low steady tone. Feel the vibration in your chest. That sound, touch, working together. Doesn't have to be pretty. It's about resonance, about vibration. And if you don't want to hum, just notice your breath is sound. The inhale, the exhale. Listening grounds you. It roots you in the space you're actually in instead of the space in your head. Next is smell. This sense is primal. It connects directly to memory and emotion. Take a deep breath in. Notice what's already there. Maybe coffee, soap, fresh air, even neutral smells count. If you got something nearby, a cup of tea, an orange, a candle, bring it close. Inhale slowly. Let the scent fill you. Notice how your body reacts. Does it calm you, energize you, bring back a memory? Smell is powerful because it bypasses overthinking. You don't need words to process it. You just feel it. So if you want a quick grounding tool, keep a smell nearby. Essential oils, coffee beans, even your own shirt after a workout. Something that brings you into your body fast. And finally, taste. If you have something nearby, water, gum, coffee, use it. Take a sip of water. Don't just gulp. Hold it in your mouth for a moment. Notice the temperature. Notice how it feels on your tongue and your throat. Or if you got food, take one bite. Slow it down. Notice flavor, texture, and temperature. So often we eat and drink on autopilot, but taste is an incredible grounding tool when you bring awareness to it. Even something simple, like biting into a piece of fruit with full attention, can pull you straight into the present moment. So now you've touched all the 5 senses: sight, touch, sound, smell, and taste. You don't need to use all of them every time. Even picking one can reset your nervous system. Here's a simple formula. When you feel stressed, try the 5-4-3-2-1 method. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. It only takes a couple minutes, and it works. Grounding isn't about escaping your life. It's about meeting it fully with presence. As men, the presence is powerful. It makes us better partners, better fathers, better leaders, and better humans. So next time you catch yourself spinning out, pause, use your senses, and come back home to your body. So all in all, to wrap up and to basically recap, I guess, or create a, oh, what am I thinking of? Like an overview or a basic, God, the words ran the tip of my tongue too, and I can't think. Synopsis, I don't know. Um, Basically, I want you to like think of this like smelling salts. Like, you ever watch boxing or MMA and the guys just knock the fuck out, and then they hit him with some smelling salts and he like instantly comes to? All of this is basically to bring you back and fucking get you to snap out of it. Some people like pinch themselves. There's all different kinds, snap a rubber band, stuff like that. But there's many different ways of doing this, and that's basically what we've covered here today. So think of it like smelling salts. When you're fucking drifting off into outer space, you're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're not present. You're not there. Use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 smelling salt method, I guess. Snap back into it. Bring yourself back to where you're at now, not somewhere else. Thanks for listening. I know it went a little long. I apologize for droning on. I didn't really know what I wanted to say. I just knew that I wanted to say something because all of this stuff has just kind of been jumbled around in my head and just sort of there and not really put in a straight way of thinking so far. But anyway, thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your week. Remember, be the man you were meant to be.